Hello everyone, welcome back to Stranger Story, and in this video we're gonna talk about pop culture. We're gonna talk about how to be happy in life. We're gonna talk about mental health, and we're also gonna talk about how to step ahead and feel free from all the bondages that the society has put on you. Today we have with us Natalia Bassard talking with us about life, her journey, her goals, her aspirations, and whatnot. Thank you so much for coming on Stranger Story, Natalia.
Thank you, Falak, for having me.
So, can you just say hello to our viewers in 6 different languages that you know?
Oh, thank you. You put me on spot. So, hello in English, ahoj in Slovak, ahoj in Czech as well, здравствуйте по-русски in Russian, bonjour in French, and I'm still missing one, and it's hola in Spanish.
That's wonderful because I have always heard that if you know more languages, then you're a wise person. Is that a fact?
How nice that you said it, because in our language actually we say as many languages you speak, as many times you're a human being. So koľko jazykov vieš, toľkokrát si človekom in my language. And that's something my grandfather used to highlight to me all the time. Meaning that you are able to put yourself in other people's shoes, you're able to understand them better. So it's that connection of the language with the culture as well, not just language itself.
It clearly shows that you support multiculturalism, and that's the beauty of this country as well. And I read that you are an immigrant, and you came from
Slovakia.
Slovakia, and that's how you know the language. So thank you for that. I mean, thank you for sharing that. If you know more cultures, you get engrossed in different traditions, then you're actually trying to being in someone's shoes, and that increases empathy part of it, right? Let's start your interview. Are you excited?
I am very excited, and I'm also interested in what you have for me.
Yes, just for our viewers to know that she was lately recognized in the top 15 most influential women by Drishti magazine. We wanted to know that what was your aspirations and aim when you were a child?
When I was a child, believe it or not, I was dreaming of becoming a pop star.
Wow.
I was diligently practicing songs of the famous singers that I knew at the time. Songs of ABBA, songs of Baccara group, but also Slovak singers like Marika Gombitová. And I would gather adults of our family as the audience, and I would make them sit for hours listening to my concerts. So it was very difficult to have me as a child.
But you still had a dream. Did you try becoming a pop star like down the line, or were there other dreams on the way?
So pop star lasted pretty long, and I worked on it very hard. Somebody told me that for that I have to go to the art school to play the piano, because if I don't know how to play the piano, I cannot become a pop star. That I should play at least one instrument. So I worked very hard. But the piano was not really my thing. But
Yeah.
I was perseverant. I persisted for 12 years playing the piano. And today, unfortunately, the result is if I don't have sheet music, I cannot play. But I still can sing.
I see.
For becoming a pop star, we would have to move to the largest city of Slovakia, which my parents weren't willing to do. So I just remained as the winner of local competitions, regional competitions, and even some national competitions. That's how far I've gotten with the dream.
Yeah, I see. That was really exciting time for you. So why did you move to Canada then?
I moved to Canada maybe differently than other people. I wanted to prove to myself that I can be successful in a different country.
Wow. Basically challenge for your own self.
Exactly.
And what's the result?
The result is, I believe I'm quite happy with what I've achieved for the first generation, for an immigrant
Absolutely.
actually, because my daughter would be the first generation.
Yeah.
So I think I started it quite well for her to continue.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now you're getting recognized as well. So you've come a long way. Can I ask which year did you come to Canada? I mean, how many years it has been for you?
I remember still, September 2005.
Oh, long
So
back.
it's coming on 18 years or so living here. And the beginning were not the easiest,
Absolutely.
but I think any immigrant could say that. And with time being here, with diligence, perseverance, building networks, it became easier. And now I would say I'm in the best times of it all.
Amazing. I'm really happy for you. When you came to Canada, what were the first few jobs that you had to do in order to, for your livelihood, I would say?
Yes, that's a good question. I don't get asked this very much, but I will be very honest and open. I wasn't ashamed to take any job because I came to Canada, with my own savings, and at that time that was not a lot. It was $2,000 in my pocket, and so I knew within 3 months if I don't make it, I have to return, and I did not want to return defeated. So I
Exactly.
wanted to show my family, my friends,
Nice.
that I can do that. So my first two jobs, I came here, and I still remember the times. I was in Vancouver Public Library, the downtown branch, standing, waiting for my internet time, doing applications quickly, making lists of the jobs that were available, and then going home and writing hundreds of applications for the jobs. But I can say within the first months, I ended up with the combination of two part-time jobs.
Wow.
One was Sears. I was a sales associate working in the lingerie department. And then the second one was in marketing. I was helping now recently retired Deputy Minister of Energy Sector in Alberta, Eric Denhoff, who hired me for marketing support.
Amazing. That's quite a good journey. I mean, that's quite a good start of your journey. So, from there on, how did you become to be the professional that you are today? Just so our viewers know that right now she is helping organizations train their staff to become better professionals, right? And you're doing local and international collaborations for the same as well. So,
Yes.
how did you reach this point?
Yeah, so through then found my trajectory, my working trajectory in recruitment. And from working in recruitment field, initially it was with engineers, later on with accountants, and I, through networking, made a friend who told me that she was leaving a position that she thought I would be a great fit for, and that was international student recruitment position. So I started working for Fraser International College, which was part of Australian company called Navitas, and they recruited students around the world. So I became its first marketing manager, or one of the first marketing managers, and my markets were exciting. It was Mexico, Colombia, Brazil,
Yeah.
Russia, Kazakhstan, Vietnam, Thailand, South Korea, and sometimes I got to travel to China as well. I have just never been to India, I have to say, and it's on my list still. And through that job, through recruitment, I positioned myself as an expert in education, and education is very close to my heart, and that's where I remained. So through various jobs, now I'm actually at Simon Fraser University, leading a team of nine professionals who place students in work placements for Faculty of Science, Environment, and Health Sciences. And so the students get to explore with different employers how their career could look like.
I see.
4 months, 8 months, 12 months.
So you basically, in short, help people to get jobs.
Yes.
Wow, that's really exciting for a lot of people watching videos, especially if they're not here in Canada, thinking of moving to Canada, and just having that question: are there enough jobs in Canada? Because there is an employment crisis going on right now, and is that true?
I would say it's a difficult job market right now. I am also very connected to my career development friends throughout North America, and we've been discussing recently that the situation used to be the candidate job market. Now it's not, it's the employer job market. There are hundreds of applications for one job.
Yeah.
Recruiter skims the resumes for about 6 seconds, and there is ATS, so
Yes.
keywords in place as
Exactly.
well. So if larger companies have these systems, so getting through the applications, the final pile of applicants can be very difficult. That's why we highlight to the applicants, study the job description, notice the keywords, tailor every single application to that particular job,
Exactly.
and study the company, find out what's going on there,
Yeah.
and prepare really good questions that show that you are
Really
truly interested. Yes.
Can you tell me one question that the not the employer, the employee, the potential employee should be asking at the end of the interview when they're asked, like, do you have a question for us?
Oh, so they should be asking questions like, what is the work culture in your company, or what kind of future challenges do you foresee for a candidate that would work in the position that I'm currently interviewing for?
Amazing.
What are the first 3 things that you need this candidate to accomplish? How do you foresee the first 3 months on the job? Things
Lot of
like
questions.
that.
I just ask you one, but that's enough for the viewers. That's a key takeaway from one of the key takeaways from this interview, that if you are looking for a job, working on the resume, these are some of the tips that's surely gonna help you. Coming back to you, so how do you feel about being a woman with aspirations, with so much dream?
I think it's really quite mysterious how it lives with me and inside of me. It's like a wave that I feel on and off. Anytime I feel like I am not going forward, and in learning, in lifelong learning, something stirs in me, and I have to think of another challenge for myself, basically. So I think it's partially thanks to that I am this hungry lifelong learner, but I'm also tremendously interested in other people. I am interested in their stories, in their motivations. I am, I think, a very good listener. I am never bored with listening to other person's motivations, goals, dreams, obstacles. You know, some people say that it drains them to listen to other people's problems. It's never a problem for me. I can listen on, and I hopefully can provide some advice or at least another perspective. So this is what makes me go forward, helping others and developing myself.
That's really kind of you, and I think that's coming back to you, because what you give, you get. So, right, you're
Agree.
spreading some kind of empathy in the world, and that's maybe in some way you're getting all the positive vibes back. This just resonates with the mental health issue that we have these days. How do you cope up with, because we all have those days when we are blue, like it's not a good day. So, how do you deal with your, or maybe make your mental health in place? Keep
Mhm.
that in place.
It is so important because really, there are, even during one day, there might be a moment when you feel a little bit low, just as you said. For me, what helps is either going for a long walk and going for a fast walk. Arbutus Trail is somewhere where I love to stroll, or sometimes I just like to go around in the streets, notice the houses, notice the people, notice the life around me, and surely I will notice something that gets my mind going, thinking. And if it's just me walking on the linear Arbutus Trail, then I can analyze things that are on my mind. And after walking for a while, I realize it's actually not so bad. And I
Yeah.
come back energized.
I think it just takes the first push that I have to go for walk. I tell this to myself every day. I think I should start doing it, because listening to you, I feel that it's a good exercise for mind, not just the physical health.
Yes.
That's the way you deal with your obstacles, right, or problems or whatever. Can you share one maybe professional or a personal example of an obstacle that you faced, and how did you overcome? Maybe this is gonna help someone facing a similar obstacle. Let's see.
Yes. I think one of the biggest obstacles came actually from me, not from the environment. It was me being so hungry for the next step, for progression. I was so ambitious, and it was coming across. And looking back at my younger self, I realized that not all people have that level of tolerance to deal with an extremely ambitious person. So, advice that I would give to myself, my younger self, would be to tone it down, maybe not show all the impatience, not show all the ambition. Because when I learned to tone it down in these years, I'm seeing that it is resonating more with people. Listening more, talking less, and observing the environment, they call it reading the room or just reading the environment, is how I overcame that obstacle. Because I remember the times when I, eager to progress, made networks, got invitations to the kinds of parties like Chancellor of the University Party that my boss didn't get the invitation for, and then it became, I thought she will be happy for me, but instead like, oh, we have to stop this person somehow.
Because she's just growing and growing
Too quickly.
So, isn't that wrong that you are an aspirational person for yourself, not for someone else? And then you have to amend yourself just so you basically please others? Isn't
Yes.
that not right?
I felt it was not right, but doing it this way
Makes your life easy?
brought me more results.
Ah.
Actually, even looking at younger myself, I was thinking how unfair it is sometimes in life, because when we're young, we don't have children, we don't have families, we don't have all these other duties, and we are not given that chance yet because people don't think of us as mature individuals yet.
Yeah.
So with maturity comes the time that suddenly you get all these opportunities and you don't have that much time. And you have the family. And you have other things going on.
I mean, just makes so much sense. Why don't
Right?
people understand this? That maturity doesn't come with age. It
Yes.
is very simple.
Right. Very clever. And I took another lesson from it now when I have a person at work who is very strong, very capable, and whom other people see as a problem.
Threat.
Or threat, exactly. I give them the opportunity because
you have been through that.
and my life is so much easier if I let that person step
To grow.
in that role and do those things.
That's a leadership quality, I should say. Yeah,
Mhm.
that is. So I wish more and more people watch this video and learn the fact that if we uplift each other, that's just gonna help all of us in the longer run.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so let's try doing that. Maybe all of us doing a bit, stepping a bit ahead in that journey is gonna make the world beautiful. So thank you for putting that fact across. I mean, I call it a fact. Okay, so on to my next question. What's your favorite go-to hobby?
My favorite go-to hobby, if it's winter, it would be skiing. I love downhill skiing.
And you learned it when you were 3.
Yes.
See,
What
I've done a
great
good research.
memory. Yes, yes. And it's just the fact that I lived in Ružomberok, which is a small town, which has mountains just like 2 kilometers away. So there was no excuse not to try skiing.
Yeah.
And my parents were good skiers and encouraging people. So thanks to them, I got to move a lot in life, and that's why I cannot sit still. I don't have naps. I'm not that kind of person. I'm always on the go somehow.
What's your zodiac? That's just my question.
I am Pisces, and we're supposed to be dreamy and melancholic and slow, and so. But I'm also a dragon in Chinese horoscope, so maybe that explains things.
I see. Just out of curiosity, I'm a Sagittarian, and I just see that
Really?
your personality is just like a Sagittarian. Maybe
Oh.
somebody might have told you that in the past, but these are all the traits of a pure Sagittarian.
Oh, my daughter is Sagittarius.
Is she like
Yes,
that?
Yes,
Is she like you?
like you, and yeah, even more so. She's more sporty than I am. She's a very gifted figure skater,
Yeah. Okay.
and so yeah,
That's
she
just
does
life.
that.
The
Mhm.
opportunities, maybe.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I am sure that the audience have a lot of questions for you, but we will certainly have one last question for you, and then I'll give it to the audience to comment below with all the questions that you have, so we can invite her for the next round of interview with all the questions that they have. So from my
Yes.
side, the last question would be, what is your secret for a successful life? Any secret that you want to share with them?
The secret is, I would say, believing in yourself, because no matter what comes your way, you have to pick yourself up, pull yourself ahead, and allow the day or two or a week to mourn about something, to grieve, to be in that zone, and then write in your mind 3 reasons why you want to go on in what you want to achieve. I believe that if you re-establish that energy, go for those walks, meet with your friends, meet with your family, you will be on the way of re-energizing yourself again and going forward. It's important to go forward in life, no matter what obstacles, hurdles, whatever they throw under our feet, we have to go on.
Thank you for saying that, and thank you for being on Stranger
Thank you
Story
so
today.
much.